Hi everyone, it's Niesha Davis here, LCSW, and this is Motivational Masterpiece, where you are on a journey to becoming the master of your own peace of mind. I am a therapist, however, this is not a substitute for therapy. If you are in need of a therapist, I encourage you to reach out and get some help. There are so many platforms available for you to find a therapist that is the best fit for you. Remember, it is okay not to be okay. And there are so many platforms available for you to find a therapist that is the best fit for you. So I encourage you to reach out and get some help. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, I encourage you to click the link down below, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with a friend, as you will not be disappointed. Don't be selfish. As you are on this journey to becoming the master of your own peace of mind, encourage someone else to hop on board and allow them to also become the master of their own peace of mind. Help them to start their journey right along with you. I am so glad you joined me today as we just gonna have a little conversation. Today, I just wanna talk to you about not giving up and keep fighting. I want you to keep fighting and not give up. There are so many different things that's been taking place in the world. There's so many different things that are happening to everyone. There's so many different things that are happening to people that we know, to people that we don't know, and we are being affected by it. Unfortunately, when things happen to somebody else, it doesn't just happen to them, but it also happens to us. And so, with that being said, oftentimes, just getting up in the morning, the struggle is real. Having to battle our own thoughts and our own feelings is a struggle within itself. Life can be hard sometimes. Life can be hard sometimes. And it doesn't mean that you have to be going through a stressful test or trial. It could just be having to wake up and live in this world where there's so much hatred and there's so much turmoil going on, that it is a struggle for you just to get up and live. So today, I just want to encourage you to keep fighting. Don't give up and keep fighting. The struggle is real, but guess what? You have to fight every single day as if it was your last. Oftentimes you hear me talking about mental battles. Oftentimes you hear me talking about the struggle of just being alive. And the reason why I keep revisiting that so often is because it is the truth. The struggle is real. It is a battle for people to get up in the morning and to just live. It is a battle to go to work every day. It is a battle to sometimes just to go to school. It is a battle just to be in your skin every day and deal with life issues and life circumstances. So I want to encourage you to keep fighting. Although the battle looks hard, although things look complicated, and although things look like you don't have a clue as to how you're going to get through it, you cannot throw in the towel. However, you have to keep fighting every single day. A couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to share a message at church about the fight for your life. Every single day, we are in a fight for our lives. And I used the story about David and Goliath to show how David was viewed as the weaker guy. He was viewed as the less than, and how Goliath was viewed as the champion in the eyes of the Philistines. However, even though Goliath was this big, tall, almost 10-foot tall guy that everybody looked at him and was intimidated and scared by him, he was a giant, by size that is, but his mental was not as strong as he thought it was. Because guess what? Even though his mental was strong to him, David's mental was stronger. David was viewed as the less than, and he was viewed as somebody that basically couldn't defeat Goliath. But because of his mental tenacity, because of his mindset, he knew that he served a greater God that would help him deliver the Israelites out of the hands of the Philistines. So, the analogy that I used was that Goliath was viewed as this big guy that was viewed as a champion in the eyes of the Philistines, as almost if nobody could conquer him. However, David conquered him with a slingshot and some rocks. So with that being said, I want you to know that even though life circumstances can look like Goliaths, even though they can seem overwhelming and they can seem overbearing, I want you to know that yes, you have the strength to conquer those Goliaths. Whatever your tests and trials look like to you, you may view them as something that is impossible for you to overcome. However, I want you to know that nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it. Nothing is impossible if you work hard for it. Nothing is impossible if you dig deep and find that inner strength within inside of you to allow yourself to mentally know that you can conquer anything that comes your way. And remember, you have access to the all-powerful source, and that is the man upstairs. You have access to God. So with access to God, He will give you the strength that you need to overcome any test and trial. In your weakness, He is strong. In your weakness, He is strong. So that just means that when we are weak, when we feel like we can't do it, He will come in with His mighty right hand and give you the strength that you need to overcome. Remember, a giant can be anything that you view to be unbearable or impossible for you to overcome. It can be a loss of a loved one. It can be a loss of a relationship. It can be loss of a job. It can be somebody that is physically or mentally tormenting you. It can be depression. It can be anxiety. It can be a substance use issue. Whatever you view to be a test or a trial for you, that is your Goliath. And just like David conquered Goliath, you can conquer whatever it is. Whatever it is that seems impossible or unbearable to you. Nothing is impossible with God. So you can overcome it. So I just stopped by to tell you today, keep fighting and don't give up. Every day that you wake up is another opportunity and another chance for you to keep working on yourself. There are no perfect people allowed. No perfect people allowed. If you view all of those great champions in the Bible, you will know that each and every one of them had an issue. They had a problem. They were murderers. They were thieves. Look at David, for example. He's the prime person to use as an example to let you know that there are no perfect people allowed. He was a man after God's own heart, and yet and still, he messed up so many times. And guess what? That's okay, because your tests and trials are going to be a testimony to help somebody else know that they can get through. So you don't stop, even though you might mess up. Even though life has dealt you a bad hand, keep fighting and keep going, because the world needs you. The world needs your testimony to help them to get through whatever it is that they're going through. Don't give up. Keep fighting, because you have the strength inside of you to overcome whatever it is. Yes, I know that relationship loss hurts. Yes, I know the loss of your loved one hurts. Yes, I know depression and anxiety is real. And yes, I know that the things have happened to you are real. However, your story does not define you. You are greater than what has happened to you. All you have to do is know that within inside of you. Stand, keep standing, keep living, and keep fighting, because you got this. You got this. Don't forget that. Don't give up. Keep fighting, because you got this. You are so much stronger than what you think you are. It starts with a thought in your mind. When you know and when you think that you can do better and that you are better, you will be better. I'm rooting for you. I know you can do it. You got this, remember? Yes, you got this. Keep fighting and don't give up. And until next time, I'm rooting for you, I'm praying for you, and you are going to make it.